This one. Okay, we shall do N-level 2022 paper 2. Okay, I'll start off from the questions at the back first. So first part on circle properties. All right. So first thing you have to take note, these are all the different points on the circle, and O is the center of circle. So if I want to start with some of the properties that I need to identify, firstly, if I have angles in the opposite segment, B, C, D, this angle over here, I must make sure my 4 points must form a quadrilateral, and all the 4 points must be on the circumference of a circle. So in this case, I cannot choose point A, because if I choose point A, right, it should look like that. Okay, but this is not the angle in the opposite segment. So the one that we want to have the angles in the opposite segment, we must be able to identify, that will be with point E. So if this angle is 133, this tells me that the angle over here will be angles in the opposite segment. This one will be 180 minus 133. Okay, so this is how I usually start with. I will start with trying to identify certain patterns, okay, that can be used. So this is the first property that I see. The second property that I observe is the one angle at the center. So since we have a letter O, angle at the center will be, which property is that?
Chinese dancer.
Yes, the Chinese dancer. Twice angle at the circumference. So if this is the angle at the circumference, the angle at the center over here, this one I need to mentally know. This is 78 degrees times 2. Right? So when I first observe all this already, I will know mentally that only these are the two properties that is most likely going to be tested. What are the other properties that I also need to observe? The next one, this is a radius. This is a radius. It's also very obvious that this one is a isosceles triangle. So when we look at the diagram in general, we need to think and apply what are the shapes that are actually available for me to use the circle properties. So it's not just memorizing which property, but must be able to identify and see the shape correctly. Okay, now first one, let's find the first angle. Find obtuse angle BOE. Yeah, like we have expected, BOE is my obtuse angle. Obtuse is this one. The one that is reflex is the one outside. Yeah? So the obtuse angle is just this. So what angle property are we going to use? So what angle property are you going to use?
Chinese dancer times
Yeah. Angle at the center twice angle at the circumference. So this angle will be 78 times 2. And that will give me the number 156 degree. All right. We are quite lucky. Oh, sorry, 156. We are quite lucky because the question never asked me to write the name angle of the property name. All right. Next one, find angle OED. Angle OED. Where is angle OED? Okay, this one. Angle OED, OE, and D. Now notice I am not able to find angle OED directly, but we are able to know that just now I already identified the first one. This is the angles in the opposite segment. Oh, somebody is here. Okay. Hello, Hernie. Right. So we are not able to find angle OED directly, but we have identified that just now, angle BED is angles in the opposite segment. So I make use of 133 to find this portion of angle, which is actually 180 minus 133 degree. Then this one gives me 47. Okay, what else did I observe? I know my previous angle over here, right? This one is 156, right? And I also mentioned and highlighted, this is an isosceles triangle. So if this is the case, I know this angle is 156. What angle do I need to look for? Which angle do I need to find? I know this part 147 already. I want the whole of OED. So which angle do I need to find? The smaller one over here, right? How to find this angle?
180 minus 156 divided by 2.
Correct. So isosceles triangle. So like what I was saying at the first start, right? Number one, it's more important to identify the correct shapes, okay, for the property to be used. So I did identify the angles in the opposite segment. Okay, I also identify angle at the center, twice angle at circumference. And the other one that usually student always miss out, this isosceles triangle, which is actually the most basic one, right? So, but it's actually very useful. And then I got this angle to be 12 degree. So now I want to find the whole of angle OED. That will be taking the angle 12 degree plus 47 degree to give you your answer. And that gives me the answer 59 degrees. Okay. All right. So the main part of the question, the concepts are not really very difficult, but the problem comes with, are you able to identify the shapes? So you have to practice until you are able to see the shape directly. Okay. So with that, we have finished this part of the question. Let me continue to the second portion. Okay, on this one, very obvious. Okay, there are two types, a few things to highlight. Number one, if you want to use cosine rule, to find length, you must remember the shape. I need me, this is me, and this is my two hands. My hand is a bit flat, okay. Right, I need an angle and two sides. This is to use the cosine rule to find length. If I want to use the cosine rule to find angle, I need all three sides. Then I find the angle. If I want to find this angle, I must start with the angle opposite, with the side opposite to me. That is to find angle. Then when do I use sine rule? Usually I always tell all my students, you try cosine rule first. When cosine rule fails, you don't have the two hands and one included angle, means you have to use sine rule. It's very simple and straightforward. Okay, and sine rule comes in two different versions. If you want to find the length, I will put the length over sine angle. Okay, so it will be A over sine A, B over sine B, C over sine C. If you want to find angle, then you will put sine angle on top over the length, so that I do not need to cross multiply too much. Okay, I just need to multiply over or do inverse if I need to. Okay, so this one is usually the sine rule and the cosine rule. Let's start with the diagram. Obviously, first thing we observe, all three sides are given. What do you think the teacher will test you, even not looking at question? All three sides are given. Which one have all three sides? Is it the cosine rule or is it the sine rule? Which type got all three sides?
Cosine rule.
Correct. Very obviously, they want you to find angle, correct? If they want you to find angle, the angle, okay, that you want to find, and the side opposite to it, and the side that is opposite to it must be the matching pair. So must identify the side opposite to it. Okay. Secondly, let us observe the next triangle. Okay. It may not be related in this case. So the next triangle is over here. Observe, do I have two hands, one angle? I have an angle, but do I have both sides of my hand? I have one side of my hand. Do I have this side? I don't have this side, right? That means I cannot use the cosine rule. If I cannot use the cosine rule, then which rule do I have to use?
Sine rule.
Correct. So if I were to use the sine rule, I must mentally tell myself I must have a matching pair. Angle match with the side opposite to it. And side and angle opposite to it. So it's with this one. So if let's say they want me to find this angle, I will need to find P first. Then I take 180 minus P minus S to give me this angle. So I must be mentally prepared what the teacher might want me to find. Okay, so I think through about it. Oh, these are things that I can find first. All right, so now I roughly read the diagram and interpreted these are things that I can use. I'm going to look at my question now. First one, find angle PRQ. Very obviously, we already look at it just now. We're going to use the cosine rule to find angle. Angle PRQ, which is the side opposite to it? Which is the side opposite to it?
6.7.
Correct, 6.7. So my cosine rule must start with the side opposite to the angle. So it will be 6.7 square. This will be my C. This will be my A. This will be my B. So C square equals to A square plus B square minus 2AB cosine angle PRQ. Then we do 3 steps. Anyone remember?
Move,
Swap, okay.
divide,
Inverse.
Yes. Okay, so we swap. What do I need to swap? I swap this and this whole thing. Swap the position. So if I swap the position, I'll get 5.2 square plus 6.1 square minus 6.7 square. Next, what is the portion? After I swap already, I'm going to physically do a swap. Okay, I'm going to do this. Wow, I love, this is what I love about Good Notes. Okay,
No times.
right, swap, right, like that. Then after that, what happened?
move, divide.
Divide which one?
2 bracket 5.2 bracket 6.1.
Correct. So I don't want this portion, so I'm going to divide it away. So I'm going to divide this. Okay, I'm going to directly write all the answers already. And last but not least, I don't want the cosine.
Inverse.
Correct, cos inverse. So those of you who have practiced so much and so often, right? Sometimes you can even memorize the formula and do this step directly. You don't need to write so many working because exam don't have so much time to write the working. So angle PRQ equals to this whole thing directly. Okay, then exam I just need to do one step. People, and it costs how many marks? 3 marks, a lot of marks. Okay, so let me calculate this. Shift cosine. Uh, 5.2, 6.1. And I get my answer 72.232. Y'all check whether is it correct or not. Then 1 dp is at 2.2 degree. I'll check whether is it correct. Okay, okay, this one should be about it already. So I have this and I got my answer already. Usually I'll still update it into my diagram in case I need the information. So I'm going to write my answer. 5 safely, more accurate answer, please. Next question. Show. When they ask me to show, actually it's equivalent to find the angle and make sure that the answer is this. Now I'm actually finding angle RPS. Where is angle RPS? Oh, RPS is this angle. So we're saying that there is no 2 sides. I have 2 sides, but the angle is not in between me. So I cannot use the cosine rule. So therefore, I must use the sine rule. Since they want me to find angle, so I shall use the one sine angle over the length. Sine angle over the length. So the sine of this angle over here must match with something. So it must match with the side opposite to it. Which side is that? 4.3. So I'm going to find angle, right? So I'm going to find sine angle over length for all the two sides. So I put side of the angle RPS over its matching length, 4.3, equals to another sine angle. This one you should be able to know. Sine 48, the only pair that I have the information, over 6.1. Then what I need to do, I will need to multiply the number away, sine inverse. Multiply the number away, sine inverse. Then calculate your answer. Question say give your answer correct to 2 decimal places. Okay, then I got my answer 31.591. 2 dp 1 2 round 31.59. 2 dp. Okay. I think in general, most of you are still okay with sine rule and cosine rule, right? It's only when the question involves bearing, then you start to be a bit more unsure. But actually, all the sine rule and cosine rule questions are pretty much the same, even if it has bearing a little in it. Okay, now I'm not going to waste too much time. I'm going to move on to the next question. If you need me to explain something again, you let me know, huh? All right, so now with question number 12. Let us go through question number 11. Now, this table over here with the frequency, I just went through the other day, something similar in my probability video. So you can double check through again some of the concepts over there. All right. Okay, in question number 11, the times t minutes. So my horizontal axis is the one in time t minutes. And that 100 students, always check, don't just look at the scale over here. There's a number over here. Sometimes they put 80 students, but then they draw the axis until 100. Then you thought that is the total. No, not true. You must read the question, right? So since this one is true, 100 students are shown in this cumulative frequency. Estimate the median. Median is the how many percentile?
$50.
Yes, only one person managed to answer me. There's not many people here today. So you all have to tell me 50, the answer, okay? So the 50th percentile, but the answer is not going to be 50. We'll need to draw and read the graph.
40.
Yes, the answer you need 40 minutes. Who's this kind soul who give me the answer? In the quartile range, the 75th percentile minus away the 25th percentile. I still see that a lot of students says that this is the 50th percentile. This is not correct, huh? No, I must read the graph. Read the graph value. Okay, it is not the 50th percentile. We have to read the graph. So when I read the graph, the 75th percentile, which is the number over here, this one, if you learn how to read the units, this one will be the number 48.
48.
And the 25th, okay, y'all do, so y'all can tell me.
48 minus 32 equals 16.
Is it exactly 32?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Correct what?
32 meh? I got
Shit. 33 lor.
I got 32.5.
Oh
Is
shit.
it 32?
I caught I don't know.
Wait, 20. Because the paper is also actually very small. Because my one I can zoom in, right? I think it's 32.5. So we have to be more stringent with our answers, like be more particular with our answers and
Yeah, 0.5.
check through. Yeah. Use a skinnier pencil. Don't use too thick and then later you cannot see. So for me, this one I will read in detail. So I will have my answers as 48, minus 32.5 because for statistics, right, it is okay, it's normal to have decimal places one. So I wouldn't mind a decimal place. So I'll get answer 15.5 minutes. Okay. Next, next part, this is the part. A part of frequency distribution for these 100 students are shown. Okay, they asked me to fill up this part of the table. Now, first thing that I need to know, the total number of students was 100. No matter what I do, inside my table, all my frequency over here must add up to a total of 100. That's my total frequency. Then next thing, what does an interval like that means? This means I want the number of frequency between 45 to 50. Between 45 to 50. All right. And I need to check. So I need to draw between 45 to 50 minutes. In between 45 to 50 minutes, I need to draw two reading lines. The first one, this number, and each square, let me count now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 square represent 10 units. 1 square represent 2 units. So this one will be 62, 64, 66. I want the interval between 45 to 50. 45 to 50. So I'm going to draw the number for my 50. Exam, please bring a long ruler if you need to.
82.
2, huh?
Mm.
Okay, very good. Okay, 82. So I have this number is 82. Then what do I need to do? I want to find the interval between these two, right? So I must minus 82 minus away 66. 82 minus 66. And that gives me the number 60. Okay, then I continue. I want the next interval 50 to 55. I already draw 50 was 82. I'm going to draw for 55. Oh my God, where in the world is 55? Here.
94.
Thank you. 94. Okay, so in between these two numbers, this will be the number 94 minus away 82. And the last number, the total frequency is 194 minus 82. This one will be 12. And of course, we know our total for 60. 60, the last number must be 100, right? So I'm going to take 100 minus 94, the last interval, which is 6. Okay, to make sure and double check our answers, we need to add up and make sure all these are 100. Let me just double check my answer, okay? Yep, I got 100. Okay, so we need to double check and complete this. So now we have this table already. The next part on probability. Okay, I'm going to do this part a little bit slower. 2 of the students, of the 100 students are being chosen. When you said there are two members or whichever, first thing we need to think through. On my first choice, when I choose the first person, there was a total of 100 students for me to choose from. After I take out one, and then I want to choose my second student, what happens to my denominator?
-2.
Minus 2 or minus 1?
That's one, sorry.
Which one? Minus 2 or minus 1?
9.
-1. 对。
Minus 1, because I pick out the first one. The second time when I choose, there are 99 of them. Okay, So the thing must look like something like that. Now let me read the question. Find the probability that one student took less than or equal to 25. So one of them is the less than or equal to 25.
5.
The other one took what? More than 45. More than 45.
This one.
Okay, so let's check. Where is less than 25? Let me look at my interval. Less than 25.
5.
This one is 25. Is it just 5 only? You said 5, right? But is it just 5 only?
2, 3, 5.
Correct. 2, 3, and 5. So total, all
8.
the numbers that are less than, is it 8? Are you
Less
sure?
than 25. So
2 plus 3, 5, 5 plus 5, total got
10
10,
lah.
right?
Shit, ah.
Yes,
Yeah.
then this one really, you're really very careless, no? Okay, you know, so they want means less than, means actually they want all these interval over here. Okay, so first person, I got 10 of them for me to choose from, right? The second part, they say more than 45 minutes. Oh, who's this person that's here? Okay, the next one, they say more than 45 minutes. Where is the part that is more than 45 minutes? 45 got 245, one 45 here, the other one 45 here. I want more than 45. Which part?
16, 16, 12, 6.
Here, right? So the ones that are more than 45. My total 60 plus 12 plus 6. Total 34 of them to choose from. Okay, so but in this case, when you read the statement, did they fix for me which person comes first? Did they say the less must come first, or did they say the more must come first? They never fix, right? So when they never fix the position, means I can have more than one case. The first case is less than or equal to 25 first, and then take the one more than 45. Okay, can you tell more one more possible position? One more possible.
45 and more than equal to 25.
Less than equals to 25, sorry. Yeah. Okay, so this, but in this case, this is this or the other case. So when we have n, we multiply or we
Plus.
correct. Then this part over here, same thing is going to be repeated. First denominator, how many people I can choose from?
100.
100, correct. And then second, I took out one person, second denominator.
9.
Let us take a look at our first position over here. How many of them meet the category less than 25?
10.
10. Next one, next category. How many of them meet more than 45?
34.
34.
Oh.
Okay. What can you tell me about the probability for the second one? What's going to be the second one? The combinations over here. What will this be?
Yeah.
Change position, right? So you have 34 first, and then you choose 10. Is this okay?
Yes.
Yeah, then you add these numbers together and you get your answer. Right? If you want more of this type of question, there's one more example in the probability worksheet video. Can refer to it again, right? And double check your answers and revise your concepts again. All right? Okay? Can? Yeah. Then I sidetrack a little bit. Nothing to do with the same question. What happens if I change the question? What is the probability that both students took less than equal to 25 minutes?
10,
What does this tells me? What do they want?
10 over 100
Okay, 10 over 100, very good.
times 9 over 99.
Correct. Okay, can you tell me and explain to me why do you get a 9? Why did you put 10?
Minus
one
one student.
Yes, because we took out 1. So cannot always assume, like in this case here, the numbers are just 10 and 34. We didn't change the number, but you cannot always assume it's like that. So you must read according to the situation. So if they want both students, at first I got 10 of them that fits the criteria. After I take out 1, I'm left with only 9. So if I have a combination that looks like that, so you must think carefully and logically. Okay, and work out your answers. So do not always assume I'm just flipping the numbers. Is that okay? Can Okay, can, very good. I finished those of you who came a little bit later, I did from the back. So I finished question 12 and I finished question 11. I'm going to move on now back to question number 10. Okay, practical application questions. All right. I tried not to do this question beforehand so that I can experience and feel it like when you're handling a question, and what are some of the thinking skills we can actually use, okay, when we want to answer a question like that. Okay, so let me begin. This table shows the number of vehicles per 1,000 people. Notice in my prelim paper, I did a million. This one over here is per 1,000 people. So all these are 838,000, 615,000, 170,000. Okay, all in the countries in the year 2018. The estimated population of Singapore was, this is the number of vehicles. This is talking about population. What do they actually want? Calculate an estimated number of vehicles in Singapore. Huh? You told me this is the vehicle already, what? Is it really true? Which is the part that has something, a lot of students will tell me, oh, Jill, the answer is 17000. Is it really true?
It's per 1,000 people.
Correct, it's per 1,000 people. So that means I have for every 1,000, oh no, I should use the blue pen. For every 1,000 people, I will have 170 vehicles or cars lah. Okay, vehicles. All right, 170 vehicles. Oh, so this one is not 170,000 or not 615,000. I say sorry already. I read the question wrongly. It's per 1,000 people. Alamak. Then now they gave me the population 700 people. Population means people, right? So I'm going to do my proportion, divide, then multiply. Okay, calculator. Can you please help me check answers as well? Because sometimes I may make careless mistake also. I got this answer. Do you all get this answer as well? Correct, okay. Notice this one I'm not going to round off, okay? Because they only asked me to estimate the number of vehicles. This one is after calculation, there's no decimal or anything. So it's not rounded off. It's just an exact number. I'm going to use that answer. Next, the table shows the percentage of cars. So all these are going to be in percentage. Okay, percentage of cars that were electric. Percentage of cars. Have I found the total number of cars? This is my vehicles, right? HICLES. Right, in Singapore, this was my vehicles, right? So if they want a certain percentage, it will be percentage. Oh, but they only want cars. This is vehicles. Vehicles means something is general. So they only want particular cars that are electric. Okay, so I try to understand what the question is trying to tell me. Okay, since they want car, so 466 electric car. 466 electric car means this is the percentage, 0.084%. represent 466 electric cars? Using my answer to part A, which is this number over here, estimate the percentage of vehicles in Singapore that are cars. So what does this mean? The keyword here, one is vehicle, the other one is car. So I have 0.084% is 466 cars. From here, what am I going to find first? I'm going to find 100% to represent how many cars in total. Okay, so this will be 100 over 0.084 times 466, number of cars. So this gives me, not a very nice number, a rough percentage, but I shall be copying everything that I can get. So this tells me there are so many cars, and now they want to estimate percentage of what? Percentage of vehicles. When they say percentage of vehicles, it means I have to take the number of cars over the total number of vehicles times 100%. Okay, let me just calculate my number again. I'll make sure it's correct. Divide 0.084 times 466. Can you check, is this number, did I calculate this number correctly? Okay, so now I'm going to use my cars, which is this number, over, what was the answer in my part A? The total of vehicles, right? Total vehicles was
958,579.
958,579. 958,579 times 100. So I have approximately 57.873. This one I couldn't write in fraction. Usually, if not, I'll write in fraction form. Why is that so? Because this number is already not exact. So I will have no choice but not to write it in fraction, but to write it in a decimal place. Okay. So look at this one, 3 marks. Where do you think the 3 marks will be? Number 1, you need to find the number of cars, finding the 100%. Number 2, you take the percentage out of the total number of vehicles. Then number 3 for the answer. Okay, so 3 marks over here. Technically, the skills is not difficult, but interpreting the question may be difficult. Okay? Next part. In 2020, alamak, where got 2020 data? No 2020 data. Okay, maybe not, maybe a little bit separate. Okay, in 2020, there were 160 charging stations. The Singapore government want to increase that, meaning increase from 1,600 to 60,000 by the year 2030. Oh, from 2020 to 2030 got 10 years apart. Lee says that each year, the number of charging stations need to increase by 44% of the number of charging stations in the previous year. Oh my God, need to do year by year. Is he correct? Meaning what? I have to do 10 years? Oh my God, this is crazy. Okay, but if I don't have a choice, let me see. Is this worth my number of marks? Oh no, it's going to be 3 marks only. Okay, panic. So what are we going to do? Okay, let me try and find out logically. I start with 2020. There were total 1,600 charging station. Each year, the number of charging station need to increase by 144%, meaning 100% plus 44%, 144%. So let me start off with year 1, 1,600. Okay, year 2021, I will need to take 144% of my previous year number equals to something. I roughly plan out my working first. I don't care what is the something. In my next year, 2022, again, I need a 144% times my previous year answer. What was my previous year answer? My previous year answer came from here. Do you notice something? What do you think will be 2023? I would still need to take 144 over 100%, multiply to my previous year answer. Where did the previous year answer come from? The previous year answer come from this whole thing. What do you observe? Anyone have any observations? Year 1, I multiplied 144 over 100 one time.
Lying.
Year 2, I multiplied 144 over 100 two times, but it appeared twice. It's power of
10.
Yeah, eventually it's power of 10, correct. Here is power of 2. This year, this is 144 over 100 to the power of 3. So by the 10th year, 2030, how am I going to get my answer? I'm going to get 144 over 100 to the power of 10. 10 years, right? Times all of them multiply to one particular number. My original number started from 1,600. Let's see, what is this answer? Power 10 times 1600. I got 61340.159. Okay, something lah. So estimated 61340, because a charging station needs to be in whole number. So for me, I put logically whole number first. Okay, and then I need to refer back to the question. What was the target? The target was 60,000. He says this one is true. Will this meet 60,000? Is it more than 60,000 already? Yes, right. It is greater than, if you can't write the mathematical symbol, you can write greater than 60,000. So is what he said correct? Yes. Okay, so I will think of a shortcut, and this is how I actually analyze and try out my working. Okay, if you notice, this is similar to our prelim paper 1, the one where there is the bouncing ball to a height of 75%, the question. So the idea is something like that. So we try to observe when we do working, right? We try to observe, don't just blindly calculate the answer. We try to observe a certain pattern to it. All right, especially when things keeps repeated. And notice that this is not times 2, times 3, times 4. This is to the power. Okay, are you okay with this question? Can hello?
Yeah,
can.
Confirm? Okay, then I'm going to continue. Question 10 done. Two more. Part 2 only, okay? 2 more. Question number 9. This is a prism. Okay, and first word students usually always ask me, teacher, what is cross-section? Okay, imagine this is one whole piece of the chocolate cake, right? How would you cut your chocolate cake? Slice it up so that every slice have the same shape. I will cut it. How will you cut it? You cut it top down, right? You slice it, go down like that, right? You slice it down, right? Okay, so if I were to cut it top down now, when I have, what is the shape of each of this piece of cake? The shape will look like A, B, C, a triangle. And this is going to be my uniform cross-sectional area. So this is what it means by cross-section. Cross, you cut it across and take out one piece of it. That is the section, cross-section. Okay, so in this case, this is your triangle. And very obviously, we notice about the triangle, the diagram actually draw a perpendicular height for it. When you have right angle triangle, please use so. I know y'all love sign rule very much, but please practice so. Okay, let us analyze our diagram a little bit. We have a right angle triangle here. This is 7, this is 4. And if this is 90, that means here is also 90 degree. Technically speaking, for a right angle triangle using Pythagoras theorem, I got hypotenuse, I got the shorter side. What can I find? I can find AN, correct? This is going to be my shorter side. I haven't started doing the question now. I'm just analyzing the question. Hey, this one over here is the shorter side. So I will subtract 7 square minus 4 square. Maybe I'll know some numbers. Okay, then let's take a look. Next part of the triangle. Oh, if I know what is AN and I have an angle, I can use it to find NC or AC, either one of it. I do not know which one they want me to find. Okay, so now the question says, show that the perpendicular height. Show, when they say show, it means find AN. I just found the answer. AN. They say show that this triangle is 5.74. I'm going to use Pythagoras theorem. The shorter side, so I take the hypotenuse minus the shorter one, so square root 5.7445, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6, so I round off to 7, 4, 6. 5, 6, 8, then I round it off. Shown. Okay. Right? Now I know this one already, so I'm going to update into my diagram again. 5.7446. So now usually when we have a cross section of a prism, okay, what is the formula for volume of prism? Formula for volume of prism will be area.
Half
Area times
base times height.
Half cross-sectional area.
Area of cross section. In this case, why did Lynn say half times base times height? Because it's what shape?
Triangle.
Triangle. And then times, take the area of the triangle already. So then do what to it? Multiply by what?
20.
Yes, the length, right? Which is the 20. So technically, you were saying that half times base times height. I found the height AN. What do you think they will need me to find?
BC.
I will probably, I will need to find the whole base. But before I find the whole base, I need to find NC, correct? So let's take a look at the question. Find the volume of the prism. So that means actually I want to, my first target, I need to find cross-section area. My aim is to find area of triangle ABC. But to find area of triangle ABC, I need to first find the length for NC.
Oh, tangent.
Right. Is it tangent?
Yeah,
I don't know. So I have my angle over here, 32, and my side opposite to me, 5.7446. This is the side opposite. I need to find NC. This is my A. So TOA, tangent. Tangent must go with the angle, tangent 32. Opposite.
Sorry. I saw 82.
Oh, I write too small lah.
Sorry, I caught eye.
Never mind. Okay, never mind. I zoom in bigger. Over TOA, over NC, right? Then we do cross multiplication. Or actually, I didn't no need cross multiply. I switched the position. NC comes on top. Then 5.7446. Then tangent 32 goes below. And I get my answer 9.1932. And round it off 9. Wait. It's not the final answer. So I'm not going to round off. Okay, I'm not going to round off. It's not my final answer. 9.1932. So this means I update my diagram again. 9.1932. Yay. After I found this, then I can take the area of my triangle by taking half time base times the height. So what is the length of the whole base?
Add together.
Yeah, correct. BC base. BC equals to 4 plus 9.9132. Correct? Then area of triangle, half times base times the height. Which one is the height? Oh, 5.7446, correct? Okay. Please calculate this for me. I got 39.963. Okay, round it off lah. 5 feet. Then after I found my area already, finally, I find the volume of the prism. Take the base area or cross-section area, 39.963 times the length, which is 20. This one is my area. Oops, cannot see. Times length. Okay, then get my answer. 39.963. Volume cm cube.
799.257.
257. Okay, you use the longer one, right? I use the shorter one. So then round off. Wait, 3, 6, 8. 1, 2, 3. Round up, round down. Oh, just nice.
Oh,
Round down.
Yeah, round down. This one is 2 ma.
I thought
So cm square wrong. Cm cube. Answer.
yay.
Yay.
Is this okay?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, we are left with 3 minutes. Okay, let me finish up the last question. Question number 8. Graph. Okay, I cheated. I draw my graph first.
Okay.
I think y'all would be able to draw a graph also, right? You go and plot. But this one, the number here a little bit tiny. I counted. There are 5 squares. 5 square represent 1 unit. So 1 square represents 0.2. They wanted 0.75. So I had to cheat a little. My graph wasn't actually very accurate. It's in between. Yeah, it's like 1 square and then half a square below, something like that. Okay, so cheat a little bit. Okay, estimate the value of x when y equals to 2. So on the y-axis, when y equals to 2. Okay, I'm going to draw my line, dotted line to read my value of the graph. For me, my estimation, don't know whether is it accurate or not. The question anyways say estimate, right? So my answer from my graph, okay, is negative. Oh wait, let me count the units. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 squares represent 0.5 unit. 1 square represents 0.05 of a unit. So this is 0.5, 0.05 or negative. Negative 0.55 of a unit for my value that I estimate. Okay? By drawing a suitable tangent, find the gradient of the graph. Usually the teacher tell me to draw the tangent at the particular point. But now they give me x equals to 0.5. So at this point, x is equals to 0.5. I have to draw the tangent line and then find the gradient. So tangent line at this point, tangent, here, this point, right? So I'm going to draw my tangent. Oh, it looks so close to each other. I'm going to draw a small 2 squares, go up. Small 2 squares go down. Are you able to see the ruler on the screen?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, okay. So if I have this, okay, let me draw this way. Right, if I have this, okay, I must try to make sure I slide down a little bit more so that the line drawn will not cut through the curve. It will only touch the curve at that particular point. Let me shift down a little bit. Then this is my tangent. Okay, so after I've drawn this tangent line, so okay, it looks almost flat, but yeah. Then I'll pick 2 points. I think it's very difficult to read the points for my x number. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to choose an easy x to read. Maybe I'll choose this one. X is 1. Y will be, just now 1 square, how many? 1 square 0.2. So this one, 5. 5.246, 5.7. Okay, in between, right? So I'll take 5.7. And this side also got no nice number. Maybe I'll choose the 0 one. 2.2467, 2.7. So I'll choose 0, 2.7. Make my life easier. Then gradient, y2 minus y1. x2 minus x1. Answer, oh, my answer is 3. Whether is it correct or not, no idea, but this is my gradient. Y'all can try, see whether what's the answer. Okay? This part should be okay, right? Oh, yes, then we are done.
Yay.
Yay, finally. Okay, we are 9:02. Exactly 1 hour and 2 minutes. All right. If there are other questions, you can try the part 1 of the paper 2. Should be the simpler, more direct questions compared to the questions at the end. And if you have anything, then you let me know again.
Okay.
All right. With that, okay, I see you. Thank you for coming. Bye bye.
Bye, Melma.
Bye, John.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Oh, I think it's Glenn. Oh, Glenn, I don't know.
Is that Glenn? That one look like Chris. I
Oh.
think it's Chris.
Camera on.
Wait. We are still recording. Let me stop the recording first.